I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Hey, welcome to the sequel. The sequel, I don't know if it's a sequel or kind of like Caddyshack 2 to Seeing the Light Part 1. But I realized the other day, somehow that video, I don't know, it was out there, first Part 1, and I noticed the date was roughly a year since I made that video, and I got a lot of positive response and feedback, and the only one that actually did, because since then I've made probably about 100, but nothing about what I talked about in that video, but they just got sillier and sillier as I went along. But I figure if I think of it each year, I'll try to touch base, kind of like a State of the Union, since that was kind of the one that kind of started it all. State of the Union. Listen to me. Anyway, it's been a year since that Seeing the Light, and I don't think I have a halo today. I think that was just a one-shot deal, but and I didn't even realize that I had the halo. Call it a halo till at the very end, and I looked at it because I was just a stream of consciousness, and I am sure the great man upstairs was keeping an eye on me that day. But anyway, so I don't have the halo. Who said I was an angel, right? It's been a year. I think I may have added a chin or two. I don't know. But that's another thing. The last year, I think I kind of let the diet, whatever diet that I've always had, which is basically whatever I like, eat it at that moment in time. Try to be more responsible in that way without becoming fanatical about it. But maybe toss in a vegetable, or not a vegetable. I can't go that far, but maybe a piece of fruit here and there. Because it's supposed to improve your eyesight. Oh no, that's carrots. Then you gotta eat the vegetable. So anyway, this is the exact same bench that I made that video last year, and since then, of course, we had the marathon tragedy, which is kind of further up the street, and so that was awful, and things changed, and the reason I thought of this earlier was I know when I was making that video, I talked about how I broke my glasses and I couldn't see, and all this blah 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 blah, Cyndi Lauper and all that stuff, and all that's true, but I had to bring my glasses to another lens crafters, because the lens crafters that I got the glasses at originally, I think was affected by that bomb, because it's right across from the library, and I think either they didn't want the publicity that associated with that, or they just moved, or maybe it was just totally coincidental, I don't know. So I had to walk up to Newbury Street to get my glasses, two pairs. One I sat on, and then like a day later, the other one, the lens popped out. So luckily that they fixed it for free of charge. But they had like a little looked like a tip bin in front of me. So I put $1 in. I think it was for charity or whatever. I kind of felt like George and Seinfeld, because I don't think they saw me putting the $1 in, so I was trying to go slow. So they check it out, and I'm like, what's good is that they don't, see, I'm not perfect. Then they're like, what are you doing trying to steal the money from the autistic children of Back Bay, or whatever the charity is? Like, the guy actually helped me. I was actually having trouble getting the $1 into the little slot, so he helped me put the $1 in. But I did have, there's always a Seinfeld reference for almost every sort of awkward thing that happens, But anyway, I'm not going to go on and on too long, but I just figured like an update was in order, and like I said, this is actually maybe even turning out worse than Caddyshack 2. But in the past year, I got a beautiful, lovely girlfriend that I love very much, and that's just makes everything else kind of fall into place. And I had to give a shout out to her. I won't mention her name because she shuns the spotlight, unlike myself. But she deserves a spotlight because, like I said, behind every half decent man is a phenomenal woman. So in her case, she's beyond phenomenal. So that's where I thought the screen froze, but it was just me like smiling because I was thinking of her. And as far as where I left off last year, I'd gone to the dentist, and I got my teeth I still have a few left. And they were, like I said, chipped and falling out, and I got them fixed. And what more needs to be said about that? It's diligence. You got to brush and floss, and not eat too much chocolate. What else do I want to add to this? That what's today? April. I guess it would be the 28th, right? 28th, Friday, April 28th, 2014. Get the date in. I like to get the dates in on these. And right at this point, it's a beautiful day at the end of April. March. I was going to say April. March 28th. It's a very beautiful day in the neighborhood. There should be a trolley going by. So there's a bus going by. Hey, bus. Mr. Rogers joke. All right. So, see, you couldn't top the first video, but hey, it's a year later, and I'll keep doing them. And until everybody's sick of me. But life, I think I want to say, actually, going back to, touch base from where I was to where I am now. I mean, I had a lot of people, like I mentioned before, helping me, and especially, God. There's no other way I can describe it. That you see how the sun just came out. I mentioned God, and the sun comes out. So, and he puts up with my goofy laugh, and he figured he'd give me a second chance, and I'm just trying to make the most of it. And I think I mentioned before, I treasure every day, and because I thought it was coming to an end, and I really did. I thought it was down to my last, day or two. I don't know. That's how bad it was. But it's just it's amazing. When you say, "Hey, I'm not going to do what I'm doing," and you just turn it around. But you really have to be serious about it. No joking about that. That every day there are temptations, and you got to kind of visualize what you may run into during the course of a day and say, well, doing that turn ain't going to solve anything, and so I'm just going to keep going on the straight arrow. Not that I'm a straight arrow, but just whatever comes my way, I'm just going to face it. And I had that tendency before to try to run away from that stuff. So. Like I said, not too much detail there. It's pretty vague, but so I guess that whistle must mean for me to wrap it up. So I'll wrap it up, and as usual, adios.